You know those people who treat their birthday like it's just Tuesday? No cake, no party, not even a single happy birthday text. Meanwhile, the rest of us are panicking, wondering if our friends remembered, stressing over Instagram posts, or questioning why the barista spelled our name wrong on the birthday latte. Weirdly, these people seem calm, relaxed, almost like they cracked a secret code that the rest of us are missing. And here's the thing, they have a secret mindset, and once you understand it, birthdays, and honestly, life, will never feel as stressful again. Okay, let me guess, you're here because birthdays have always been a little complicated for you. Maybe you've felt that mix of excitement and stress, like, yay, it's my day. But also, oh no, what if no one remembers? What if everyone forgets me? Maybe you've spent hours planning the perfect post, worrying about how many likes you'll get, or pretending to be thrilled about gifts you don't even like. Sound familiar? Or maybe you're the opposite type, the person who secretly rolls their eyes at all the fuss. You've seen those social media posts exploding with balloons and confetti and thought, seriously? It's just another day. You've wondered how some people can just shrug off their birthdays and keep scrolling, seemingly happy, calm, and perfectly fine without any attention. Here's the thing, both experiences come from the same place. Most of us tie our self-worth, how good, loved, or validated we feel, to what other people think. On birthdays, that's amplified. Suddenly, your value is measured by a text, a post, a comment, or a party invitation. And if it doesn't arrive? Panic mode. Cue stress, anxiety, and the sneaky feeling that maybe you're not enough. Meanwhile, the people who shrug off birthdays, they've cracked a different code. They don't rely on anyone else to tell them they're special. They've learned to validate themselves, enjoy their own company, and treat the day on their own terms. No panic, no pressure, no guilt, just freedom. By the end of this video, you'll understand exactly why they do it, why it actually makes sense, and how you can borrow a bit of that mindset for yourself, so your birthdays, and life, stop controlling your mood. So, what do most people do when their birthday rolls around? Panic. Pure, unfiltered panic. Suddenly, your self-worth is on the line, and you're sweating over the tiniest details. Did anyone remember? Did I get the right number of texts? Did my best friend post a story about me? And let's not even talk about Facebook reminders, it's like a judgment day disguised as a notification. Most advice out there only makes it worse. Celebrate yourself, they say. Post a selfie. Throw a party. Make it memorable. Sure, if your goal is a mild panic attack and a week of existential dread. Follow the advice, and suddenly you're awkwardly blowing out candles, pretending the gift from your distant cousin is amazing, or forcing a smile for the Instagram photo you don't even want to post. And why? For validation that evaporates in 5 minutes. Here's the kicker, birthdays are basically like mini performance reviews nobody asked for. You're expected to perform happiness, gratitude, and excitement simultaneously. Miss one element? Guilt. Forget a thank you note? Shame. Don't post a story? Social exile. Most people fall into this trap every single year, thinking that external approval equals happiness. Spoiler alert, it doesn't. Even worse, some people internalize it. You think, if I don't celebrate properly, I must be boring, unlovable, unworthy. And just like that, a day that should be enjoyable becomes stressful. Anxiety spikes. Energy tanks. You spend your birthday not celebrating life, but worrying about how other people perceive you. Meanwhile, those who treat birthdays like normal days, they're doing the opposite. They're not ignoring their birthday because they hate themselves, they're ignoring it because they've figured out the system most of us never see. Happiness doesn't need validation. Attention isn't a requirement. And waiting for someone else to confirm your worth? That's optional. They've learned that external expectations are a trap, a tiny cage disguised as social tradition. And once you realize that, your life suddenly feels lighter. Less stressed. More in your control. And my friends, is the first secret step to actually enjoying your birthday without turning it into a performance. Here's the secret most people miss: birthdays aren't really about cake, parties, or presents, they're a test of self-worth. Think about it: if your happiness depends on someone remembering, congratulating, or celebrating you, then one forgotten text can ruin your entire day. That's exhausting. The people who shrug off birthdays. They've figured out the real goal: internal validation. They don't need external applause to feel complete. Confidence, independence, and self-respect, that's their true reward. It's like leveling up in life without anyone else even noticing. In short, they're not cold or uncaring, they're smart. They've hacked the system most of us blindly follow. Their happiness comes from within, not from social scripts, obligations, or fleeting attention. And once you start seeing it that way, suddenly birthdays, or really, any day, stop controlling your mood. Let's start with a simple metaphor: life is a video game. Most of us spend our days chasing external rewards: likes, comments, birthday wishes, applause. Every notification feels like a coin, and we think, yes, I'm winning. Meanwhile, the birthday minimalist? They've discovered the secret treasure chest inside the game. They don't need external validation to feel fulfilled. Their happiness isn't measured by confetti or comments, it's generated from within. Think of it like this: imagine a dog. You throw a ball, the dog fetches it, tail wagging, classic dopamine hit. Now imagine the dog fetching the ball even when no one throws it. Still happy, still running, still thriving. That's basically the birthday minimalist. They've trained their fetching muscles internally. Their joy doesn't rely on an outside source. Step 1. Detachment from social expectations. The world screams, your birthday matters. Everyone will remember. Celebrate big. And the minimalist hears, cool, thanks, but I'm fine just living. They understand that attention is optional, not mandatory. The less they tie their self-worth to other people's acknowledgement, the freer they become. Step 2. Reframing the day. For most of us, birthdays are special events that demand attention, drama, and performance. For minimalists, it's just another day in the sandbox of life. Every day is a mini opportunity to enjoy yourself, to grow, to learn, to rest. If you approach life that way, one day doesn't need to be extraordinary, it already is. Step 3. Energy optimization. Picture this: you spend your whole birthday anxiously checking who remembered your day. That's mental energy wasted. The minimalist redirects that same energy into things that actually matter: hobbies, learning, creating, relaxing, or even just thinking. They protect their mental bandwidth like a CEO guarding their schedule. Step 4. Mental immunity to disappointment. When you stop depending on others for validation, you stop getting disappointed. Forgetting birthday text? Meh. Overcooked cake? Who cares? Wrong number of candles? Still fine. They've essentially inoculated themselves against one of life's tiny emotional triggers. Here's a real-world analogy: birthdays are like pop quizzes in school. Most of us didn't study, we panic, and then stress about our grade. The minimalist? They skipped the panic, focused on the real curriculum, and ace life's bigger tests without anyone noticing. They've learned to prioritize long-term happiness over short-term applause. And here's the hidden benefit: it's liberating. Once you stop tying happiness to acknowledgement, suddenly you have freedom. Freedom to read, to create, to nap guilt-free, to binge-watch a show without a story post, or even just sip your coffee quietly while everyone else panics. That freedom? It spills into everything: work, friendships, learning, hobbies, even career moves. Another key point: this mindset isn't antisocial or cold. It's strategic. It's clarity. They know the world doesn't owe them recognition, so they focus on what actually matters: their own growth, joy, and energy. It's a mental hack disguised as indifference. Here's a simple visualization: imagine you have a balloon tied to your happiness. Most people tie that balloon to other people's actions. One forgotten message? the balloon slips, and you panic. Minimalists. They tie the balloon to themselves. The wind can blow, storms can come, but their happiness stays anchored. That's not apathy, it's control. Finally, this mindset is transferable. Once you master it for birthdays, it works for life. Stressful meetings? Don't depend on recognition. Criticism? Don't tether your self-worth to it. Daily routines? Own them. Energy becomes yours again. And when you reclaim your energy, everything becomes easier: productivity, creativity, relationships, learning, basically, life itself. So, the main principle here: stop relying on external validation, start generating happiness internally, and treat every day as an opportunity you control. That's why some people shrug off birthdays. It's not laziness or indifference, it's mastery. Mastery of their mind, their energy, and their happiness. And the kicker? You can borrow this mindset. You don't need to be born this way. With practice, reframing, and a few mental hacks, you can start treating your own special days, or any day, like a minimalist, calm, free, and in total control of your joy. Picture this: it's Mark's birthday. He's 32, works in marketing, and usually, birthdays stress him out. But this year, he's trying something different. He's going full birthday minimalist. At the office, balloons float in the corner, and coworkers whisper excitedly about the cake in the break room. "Don't forget to post a selfie," someone says. Another nudges him, "We got you a gift." Mark smiles politely, nods, and goes about his work. Inside, he's thinking, "Cool. Thanks. But honestly, I could nap right now, finish this article, or grab a quiet coffee. I don't need a party to validate my day." Meanwhile, his friend Jenna, also turning 32, is panicking. She's already drafted 3 Instagram posts, double-checked everyone on her guest list, and stressed over whether the right number of candles is on her cake. By 10 a.m., she's mentally exhausted, and her birthday joy is hanging by a thread. Mark? He's in a flow state. He's writing, laughing at an inside joke with a coworker, and even sneaks a quiet 10-minute meditation at his desk. When he finally goes to the break room, he sees the cake, nods politely, maybe takes a slice, and leaves it at that. No performance. No stress. Just peace. Later, scrolling through social media, Mark sees dozens of birthday complaints. "No one remembered me. I hate birthdays. My party was a disaster." He chuckles. That used to be him, but not anymore. He's realized something crucial: happiness isn't dependent on what anyone else does. It comes from choosing how to spend your day. By the end of the day, Mark feels fulfilled, not because people remembered him, not because of cake or gifts, but because he spent the day intentionally, on his terms. He's energized, calm, and surprisingly proud of himself. That's the birthday minimalist mindset in action: freedom, self-validation, and joy without needing anyone else's approval. Alright, so now that we understand the mindset, how do you actually put it into practice? Here's a simple guide to borrowing a bit of that birthday minimalist magic. Step 1. Redefine celebration. Your day doesn't need a party to matter. Choose small joys that you actually like: coffee at your favorite cafe, a walk in the park, reading a book, or blasting your favorite music. Your day, your rules. Step 2. Detach from expectations. Don't rely on anyone else for validation. If someone remembers your birthday, great. If not, also great. Your mood is your responsibility, not theirs. Step 3. Reframe internally. Instead of thinking, "Did I get enough attention?" shift to, "How can I enjoy today on my own terms?" This flips the day from stress to empowerment. Step 4. Redirect energy. Use the mental energy that would normally go into worrying about posts, messages, and parties for things that actually matter. Learn something, create, rest, or simply enjoy the moment. Step 5. Practice daily. Don't wait for your birthday to try this mindset. Treat ordinary days as mini birthdays where you validate yourself, enjoy small pleasures, and protect your energy. Over time, this rewires your brain to generate happiness internally, instead of depending on external applause. Step 6. Embrace imperfection. Things might not go as planned, and that's okay. The goal isn't perfection, it's freedom from unnecessary stress. By following these steps, you start reclaiming control over your happiness. Suddenly, birthdays, or any day, stop being anxiety traps and start being opportunities to enjoy life the way you want. Here's a fun little mental hack to lock in the birthday minimalist mindset: the invisible birthday crown. Imagine this: on your birthday, or any day you want to feel empowered, you picture yourself putting on a crown. But here's the twist: it's invisible. Nobody sees it but you. Doesn't matter if coworkers forget, friends ignore, or Instagram doesn't notify anyone. That crown represents your self-recognition and internal validation. You acknowledge yourself first. You don't wait for anyone else to tell you you're special, you know it. Every time someone forgets your birthday, taps out a lame comment, or cancels a plan, just mentally tap your invisible crown. Yep. Still valid. Still me. Still awesome. Silly? Maybe. Effective? Absolutely. Visualization anchors memory, and this trick subtly rewires your brain to depend less on outside approval. Bonus: you can wear the crown every single day. Ordinary Mondays, stressful Tuesdays, chaotic Fridays, they all feel a little celebratory when you recognize your own worth first. Try it for a week and notice how differently you feel about birthdays, and life in general. Suddenly, you're not waiting for validation. You're giving it to yourself. And that's freedom. So here's the takeaway: treating your birthday like any other day isn't about being cold, lazy, or uncaring. It's about control, freedom, and self-validation. It's about prioritizing your energy, choosing your joys, and not letting external expectations hijack your happiness. You don't need a party, a cake, or a flood of messages to feel complete. The people who shrug through birthdays aren't missing out, they're quietly winning at life. And the good news? You can do it too. Practice internal validation, protect your energy, and choose how you spend your day. Next time your birthday rolls around, or honestly, any ordinary day, try the invisible crown trick. Celebrate yourself on your terms. If you enjoyed this video, hit subscribe and check out our next one for another simple life hack that rewires your brain for more freedom, less stress, and way more joy. Remember, your happiness is your crown. Wear it, invisible or not.